Coming to you with a YouTube and my Instagram story. I just want to go over racism real quick. We always talk about racism, but we never talk about it from the full side. So for me, I agree that racism is both sided. But what I disagree, and I'm going to keep on saying this, I probably did the video, think I did a video on this already, but I'm going to do it again. Because I want to show you the comment section, and I want to show you the one-sided racism. And I'm going to ask all the Caucasian people, Caucanoid European people, a heartfelt, serious question. But I'm going to let you know first, I do not agree with racism. But I'm going to go into it. Here's my but.
Said in game two that I don't feel that players and skill and heart is a skill. But I don't feel that.
So for me, do you think what Montrezl Harrell said to Luka Doncic, a European, quote unquote, a white man, white male, was that racist? He called him a bitch, white boy. Well, he had ASS in there too. A bitch, ASS, white boy. Was that racist? Some would say yes and some would say no. I would say, and because you know why? I understand. Now, I'm going to be honest, that was racist. But you know how many white people will say only if Luka Doncic said that's racist. But you see how it only took for them to say something when it was said against a white person. So here's my but. Here's my question. When your uncle, okay, did I write it in the set comment? This is one of my questions right here for you African or white descendant people or European, whatever you want to call it. Here's one of my questions. See, even the YouTube want to cut my questions, but I seen so much racism on the internet, and I don't see it being cut. I don't see it only when it's toward. See what I'm saying? When it's toward a Middle Eastern, Asian, or Latino, that's when or if it's against homosexual, gay people, that's when we have a problem. Hold on, listen to what I'm saying. The only time we have a problem when it's not towards them. It take only one race, our race, to say something about racism. But I don't ever see. Now, here's the problem. It's funny how only the Illuminati, all the secret society, the elite people is Beyonce. But nobody calls out Tom Hanks. Nobody calls out Drew Barrymore. Nobody calls out Charlie Theron. Nobody calls out David Hasselhoff. Nobody calls out Brad Pitt. I see the black women in the video, the Playboy black, quote unquote, black woman, black female having sex with Brad Pitt, but nobody calls out their racism, but you would sleep with them. As my man said, you're not scared of my women. Why are you scared of me? Styles P in the song I'm Black. How are you scared? You're not scared. And white people seem to only be mad and trigger in the comment section and around the world. But I have a question I want to raise and I keep asking this. Racism is not just one-sided. Racism is multifaceted. If that's racism, isn't racism when your grandfather, aunt, sister, brother, family member, friends, and loved one was calling me nigga and nigger? What the fuck was y'all doing? When you watched the African Descendant Man killed by a white person or white police, did you feel a certain way? No, I don't, and I'm letting people know. Hate, racism, discrimination, bias, and prejudice against white people, etc. Standalone gives racism their whole life, not just for the year of 2020. When your dad, your uncle, your aunt was calling me a nigga and a nigger, what the hell were you doing? And when you seen racism, did you stand up? No. I'm going to sound angry because this is an anger moment, because stop telling me you say racism is racism. No, you don't. You only stand against racism when it comes to you. Now, I have to be honest, and I have friends of my race, but a lot of you You treated me like shit. I've been called nigger so many times in my life. I've been called. I didn't know what a nigger was as a little kid. Reason I became aware when I got God, reason I woke up from my slumber and my curse, the program, and when a white person called me a nigger at 8 years old. I woke up, when he said it, I had no clue what it was. And I was like, why is this grown ass fucking man calling me a nigger at 8? I didn't know what a nigger was, but when I understood, I was like, this fucking grown ass man was calling me a nigger. A grown fucking man. A grown ass white man. So don't give me that shit about racism. Don't give me that. And I'm being honest and serious about this. Don't give me no racism shit. When your white ass, sorry, the people I know that I talk to, they not offended because I tell them this. Because I say, and I have it a little anger. I don't get too mad because I'm in their presence. I'm in their home. I say, it's ironic racism only matter if I say you a bitch ass white boy. But it didn't matter when I'm not talking about George Floyd, the hit job. I'm not talking to Breonna Taylor, the reason I'm talking about innocent. I'm talking about the Reeds. The Trayvon Martin was part of it, but that was a setup too. But I'm talking about the other news people, the other thousands of African descendant people. If I get shot right now, I'm not part of a hit job. But you're going to see my YouTube, they're going to say, oh, he killed him because he's talking too much on YouTube. But I don't know. I'm not part of no society, no service. If they kill me, I'm walking down the street. I thought I was saying things last week. White dude stick up his middle finger like, fuck you. And like, I'm just laughing at myself. Like, you see, did that really, like, it's still baffling when I see racism still towards me in America. In America. Now, this happened to me all the time. I see I'm walking in one direction. I know the white lady turned the street and she held her purse a little harder because I was walking towards her. I know she did that. I'm not going to lie and say, because I watched her walk past all those other white people. I seen even white dudes with like trench coats and stuff on. She didn't get scared. White people don't get scared. White people walk in the store with trench coats on. No white person got scared. Why not you scared? Trench coats, and usually the dude about to rob the place and you can watch the videos. Come on now. And they never, I don't never see them they're triggered and they're mad at this. And I learned this. And I don't get mad. That's why when I talk to my neighbors and people, my neighbor actually asks me questions. The people I'm around actually don't matter. Even the racist people that I'm around, they ask me questions. You know why? Because it comes a form of understanding. You tend not to understand racism. Racism is not when, just because if Luka called him a bitch ass black man, he'd have been suspended and exonerated from the NBA and everything goes to everybody that hated him. That's not when racism occurred. Racism occurred when Montreal Harrell called him a bitch ass white boy. That's when racism occurred. It occurred racism there and you spoke out. You felt a certain way, so you said something. That's how it should always work, not just for specific reasons. That's not then you're picking and choosing racism because that's what racism is. I'm going to pick and choose that Luke could have been racist, but if I pick and choose and say Montreal wasn't acting, yes, I do that too. And I'm not racist, but I'm coming from a point, you think, and most of the time we're showing too, I love showing this. Racism is only, you keep saying Montreal Harris equality had the back of their jerseys was part of the problem. But you only trigger in a certain direction. And then as I said, so if you European white Americans, Caucasian Caucasians, word Montreal Harrell triggered you because Luca is white European. When a nigga or word nigga is used and says nothing, you hear the word, you don't stand up against it, you don't fight against it. I'm talking about all the time. I'm not now is your time. For the rest of your life, I dare you. No. Hashtag as I do, I'm a guider and challenger. I challenge you white people to stand up against racism every time. When you see somebody talking about a Jewish person, stand up. I'm not talking about truth. What Nick Cannon said was the truth. Everybody that the fake Jews did talk. Let's go over. I want to go over the comment section real quick too. And see, look. Justin Charisma, whether he real or fake. The fact that you put equality in the back of his jerseys to make it funnier. See the picking and choosing when racism become racism. If Lucas said something racist, the hero would have been suspended and fined. he was lucky. See, picking and choosing. See how the only kickback, if see, white people only care about racism when it don't happen to them. White people only care about racism when you try to point out black men are killed twice as many times. They say white men are dying. No, it's called ranking and rates. So if you take statistics and black men are ranked in a higher part, of course. But if you say, let's say a black cop killed 3 black men on Monday. No black people was killed by black people on Monday. A white person or a white cop killed somebody on Tuesday, and a black man killed 2 people. So it's 4-2. Then by Wednesday, from Monday to Sunday, eventually, let's say the cops killed 20 people. And the black men end up killing 20 people, the rate and the rank is going to be the same. That's what a statistic, that's just the small part, because you got per capita, you got area, and how does the sectioned off. I live in Western New York. We have Buffalo, Depew, and Lancaster. But they don't highlight every area. Every area don't get the same news coverage, and every area is looked at different. So you got to take that in accountability. And then you got the quote unquote like black dude. I don't approve of his comment. You were speaking against racism while saying, but see, and that's the funny thing about us, brothers. I don't say nothing about. I'm talking about it because I'm against racism. But sometimes I don't, because I find it ironic. The reason I don't, because if a friend said, OJ, you think there's racist? Yes. I don't do that. And I say he's wrong. And Montreal Herald was wrong by all means. But I find it ironic. It seemed as a more of acceptance for our men or our people, especially our women, to say that's racist. You are racist. And our women are quick. Our women are the most racist, but I'm going to get into why our African descendant women create whatever we see in our community. And it's not a blame. And why. But I'm going to say this real quick. If you go back in history, why did a lot of things change? Only so few of the men of our race have changed the history. I mean, if you think about marriage, our women did that. If you think about society standards, our women did that. Now, if you think about going forward, it was the women and men. And then we have great women speaking up and against and for the men. I said against too, so you are against me as well for no reason. He said, and see, look, amidst a global commotion against racism, hero performer sad saying carry out racism assault against Lucas. Very sad action like hero in society. Again, all against racism. See, they're all in the West Quad, so he's Puerto Rican, but he called that as sad. But nobody, I don't see, and this is the crazy part. The reason I'm doing, see, double standard, perfect example. When you stand for something, find out if you're part of the problem. Only part of the problem, and it's when you standing against. It's only for when we speak out of anger. And I always ask this question too: is do you attack the code or do you attack the symptoms? To get rid of a code, so we got the COVID-19 virus. What do you try to attack first? What do you try to cure or make better first? The COVID-19 coronavirus or the symptoms that come after it? So that is not the end of what I got to say, but for now, that we got to understand, if you're not of African descent and you're not standing against racism all day, that's racist to say only when it matters, when it comes towards you. So I say unto one, I say unto all, it's your path, your journey is a choice. Choose wisely. Racism is racism. It's not a choice. Is you don't pick and choose. If you're not mad when a little black boy killed, when a little white boy is killed, then that's right. That's if you want to Montreal. That's what you trying to say. Montreal Herald is racist. Montreal Herald is racist, I guess. Then, right? If that's what you're calling it. Montrell here we go again.
Was that a strong bucket by Montrezl Harrell?